Hey guys, so today I'm going to do the much requested diet and fitness routine. I'm going to start off just talking you through what kind of things I like to do for exercise, because that's probably going to take the least amount of time, as I'm currently, well have been for a long time, suffering with quite a serious back injury. So with regards to my exercise routine at the moment, I'm just focusing on doing things like yoga, Pilates and taking walks in the park, because that's all I can manage. So I've been suffering with a disc bulge which gives me sciatica for a long time. I may have mentioned that in my Q&A video, to the point where it's been really kind of affecting how I feel about myself as well, because I've always been a fit person. I did all sorts of things at school and I kind of continued that into my late teens as well. And I was, I do yoga, I was a big fan of Bikram for a long time. And so when I started doing Insanity and then I started working more after I'd sort of got to grips with that, suddenly my back was a real issue, to the point of I hit rock bottom when I had to take a week off of work. I missed 2 jobs in different countries, so I'd missed 2 flights. I lost out on quite a lot of money that week, and I also had to let a regular client in London down as well. It was at that point that I embarked on a lot of physio, with one of my friend's sisters, who's fantastic. She's had an offer from Chelsea Football Club. She used to work with London Irish rugby team. She's absolutely brilliant. So I've been seeing her and she has been great, and she fixed my back for quite a while. And then I didn't do the top-up sessions. That's my responsibility, and that's why I'm kind of back to square one again with it. So with regards to my exercise routine, it's all kind of Pilates, yoga, things that are really good for alignment, and nothing that's too kind of jumping around or really fast movements. And actually I'm not allowed to do a lot of core work either, things like leg drops and stuff like that, because I load into my lumbar spine. My core doesn't work properly, and that's why I'm getting the problem, is because also I'm tall, I have a long spine anyway, but I load into my lumbar spine rather than using my core, and so I'm kind of out of whack, if that makes sense. Those of you who are physios or doctors, or you kind of specialise in sports injuries and things, I'm sure you would explain it much better, but that is my understanding of it. So things like yoga, walking, all the things that are kind of very gentle and not very jolty is all I can do. If I am able to work out properly on a day, not that any of the things I've listed aren't proper workouts, because trust me, my muscles are screaming at me from yoga yesterday, I will do something called high intensity interval training. Now this involves lots of kind of explosive body weight moves done in a circuit several times. Things like Insanity are HIIT training. HIIT training is really effective for fat burning, and you will continue to burn fat afterwards. Things like running is great if that's your thing, but long, slow cardio like that is not brilliantly beneficial to fat burning. As soon as you stop moving, you stop burning fat. So HIIT training, you can do a really, really bloody amazing workout in 15 to 20 minutes, and that's all you need. Go hard, go for it, and you won't want to do it again. You don't need to spend hours in the gym, and you certainly don't need to spend 2 or 3 hours pounding the treadmill. That's not as effective as a 20-minute HIIT session. Trust me, I know. And, if I could recommend anything to you, it would be going and doing some research on the Body Coach, because his philosophy on diet and exercise is what I kind of base my fitness and diet routine on. So that's kind of my exercise portion. I mean, I would be doing HIIT workouts, and I do when my back's okay to do that, but for now I'd say, lots of yoga and Pilates and things like that. That's what I'm focusing on for me, because I have an injury. If you don't have an injury, I would say go for the HIIT and maybe mix it up and do 1 or 2 sessions of yoga a week as well, just to make sure you're not shrinking your muscles and shortening them, because all of that kind of explosive weightlifting or, body weight stuff can be quite shortening for your muscles, and you want to make sure that you're strong, lean, and kind of flexible as well. With regards to my food habits, what I would say is I tend to follow the Body Coach. His philosophy on diet and exercise is a very simple one, and you're not denying yourself anything. And he's very kind of forgiving. So I remember I paid to get my body coach plan, which I use recipes from now still as well. And it was really interesting because on the frequently asked questions section, someone had put, you know, what do I do if I fall off and I eat the piece of pizza? And the first thing that he wrote as the answer was forgive yourself. And that is so important. That really hit home with me because I think it's so important. People give themselves such a hard time over, oh my God, I ate a bit of pizza and now I've sort of fucked the whole day. No, you haven't. Just get straight back on it. And that was the second thing he said. And that really kind of struck a nerve with me, and I thought, this is a really good guy. I have actually met Joe as well, and I think he's fantastic. He was so, so lovely when I met him. I met him with my dad in Spitalfields, and he was just so lovely. He made sure that he spent lots of time with every person that had actually gone to the meetup. It was really, really lovely to see. So yeah, I tend to do body coach styling, which involves lots of protein, lots of healthy fats, things like avocados, eggs, coconut oil, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and then it's slightly lower carbs. But you have your carbs after you've trained. You're not cutting out anything. There's still proteins. You're allowed bacon. He's got recipes with nice fish. There's got recipes with feta in them. There's mozzarella. There's chorizo. You're allowed so many things. You're not cutting out anything. It's learning how to feed your body and make things from scratch, and when to feed your body certain foods, because what you're trying to do is send your body into a state of ketosis, which is fat burning. You're using fat as fuel rather than glucose from carbohydrates as fuel, because what we want to do is teach your body to burn fat constantly. That's what I would recommend. I would recommend either doing his plan, which is fantastic. I believe it's £50 a month, 3 months, or you can do a one-off payment for 150. So it's around there. My dad has lost an incredible amount of weight, and he's kept it off, which is nice. And he was quite big a few years ago, and I think he's feeling and looking the best he has done in a while. And if you want to go follow him as well, please do. And he works in HR, so he does a lot of coaching. So there's always kind of motivational quotes and things that he's, with little stories about us lot that he's sort of come up with himself. So please do follow him. I will put the link somewhere here or here, and it will definitely be down below as well. So go do that. It will make his day. And tell him that I sent you there, because he'll be super chuffed with me and it'll get me brownie points. So we both have this cookbook, and it's got some beautiful recipes in it. So for example, you may have seen that I made this guan fish curry the other night. It will have been on my Instagram. It was so, so good. And it's adjustable as well. It's really good. He's got a lot of things you can sort of batch cook and food prep, because prepping is so important. If you're not prepared, then you're more likely to just grab something. It's like little things like, I really try not to go food shopping when I'm hungry, because then I just want to put all of the crappy stuff in my basket. It's awful. Or I'll get some crisps to snack on the way home, or the packet of cookies, even though I'm not really a sweet person. But how this happened, I do not know. But I actually came home with a bag of Maryland cookies the other day. I went food shopping. I was hungry. Bearing in mind I'm not even normally a sweet person. I'm more of like a crisps or cheese or something person. I cracked open the Maryland cookies on the way home from the shop. So yeah, I would say his Lean and 15 cookbook is fantastic. It's got lots of vegetarian recipes as well. So if you're not a meat eater, then there are fish recipes. There's also like proper veggie recipes. There's kind of salads and things in here. There's something for everybody. He's got loads of beautiful smoothies. And also the front section is filled with everything I semi-explained to you way worse than he would have done. So why you're eating the food you're eating, you know, terminology to use if you're trying to explain to someone else. I probably should have reread this before I got on here. And sort of what he's trying to do by getting you to feed yourself these foods, and just kind of a little bit of the science and biology behind what he's trying to teach you how to do for yourself. So it's really educational. And then you've got your normal meals in here, like your lower carb, high fat, high protein meals. And then what you've got is your after training meals, which are, you know, which have extra things like sweet potato, there's pasta, there's all sorts of kind of after training meals. There's some fantastic kind of protein pancakes as well. And then in the back, if I show you quickly, you've also got kind of sweet treats made healthier. So I haven't tried these protein brownies yet, but oh my god, I will be doing so. And then you get to perv on him, showing you how to do a HIIT session. This is brilliant. Not only is he very yummy looking and he's got some nice muscles going on there for all you ladies, but he's showing you how to do the moves and telling you how to plan your HIIT session and what makes a HIIT session. So you don't even necessarily have to follow the moves that he's given you and do them in a circuit. You can pick your own moves, which I think is fantastic. So that's my kind of, that's my health and fitness Bible, if I'm honest. And I will put all of his links below as well. If you go and follow him on Instagram, or he also has a YouTube, which I'll link below, please tell him that I sent you there. The second book I have to show you is Eat, Nourish, Glow. Now this is by Amelia. I like a lot of the recipes in here, but I will just warn you, she's not like Joe in the sense that she's very like gluten-free, sugar-free, everything free. So if you have allergies or you're a vegan, then this is fantastic. It's like things how to make your own hummus and all sorts of dips and what spices to keep in the cupboard and all that kind of stuff. Some of the hummus recipe and a couple of the dip recipes I particularly like from here. It is fantastic. I am not one, as I said in my Q&A video, for lactose free, gluten free, everything free, because that doesn't suit me. But if you are one of those people, then I thoroughly recommend you take a look at this one. And now we have the classic. This is Everyday Superfood by the lovely Jamie Oliver. Just some really good family friendly, healthy, and there's some more kind of treaty foods in here, but this is kind of like, there's just yumminess in here and it's all fairly healthy for you. So if I was cooking like for my family or I'm doing like a dinner or something, then I'll go in here because there's lots of bigger sort of batch cookings like big chilies and things like that you can make. And of course, if you're veggie or you're vegan, you can always swap things like that out for like corn mince or something like that. There's always a way to kind of make it more veggie friendly. So yeah, those are the 3 books I would recommend that I really like to cook from most of the time. Okay, so where snacks are concerned, I tend to do things like darker berries, apples, nuts, protein bars and protein shakes. I make my protein shakes with either unsweetened almond milk or soy milk, something like that, and a little bit of water or just water. The ones that I really like are the My Protein shakes. They do a diet and weight loss one, or they do just kind of like the standard one. If you're a guy, then they also do a muscle building one as well. I believe that that's the one that my brother uses, and he is actually studying sports science and exercise at university currently. So, I mean, if it's brother approved, then I would assume it's good stuff. I don't want to build muscle or do any of that stuff, so I wouldn't know. If you don't want to do like the diet one or the muscle building one, then just their regular line of My Protein powder. It's whey based powder. They also do pea protein and all sorts of other ones. But the regular one, they have so many flavors. So you've got your regular like banana, vanilla, chocolate brownie. They do peanut butter. They've got tiramisu flavor. There's mocha. There's like all sorts of kind of bakery based flavors as well. And they just have a really nice choice of sizes of bags and then flavors as well. So I would highly recommend, and that's what the body coach says to use as well. So the other one that I really like is this one. This is the PhD Diet Whey protein. I buy mine from Amazon, but they obviously have a website. This is quite a low calorie one because it is the diet one. It just means, for me, I like to get the diet version of this one, but I'll also use the normal My Protein one just because this one has less carbs in it. So if I'm using it for snacking, I'd rather it have less carbs. So this only has 91 calories per scoop. I will make it with almond milk, half and half with water or just water. And this is quite a nice one because it's quite thick, even when you're making it with water. So it kind of feels like a smoothie rather than a watery shake. And it also has your BCAAs in here, which are branched chain amino acids. So if you're training, it's really good to help your muscles. So yeah, that's kind of all I really have to say on this. If you would like kind of a what I like to wear when I work out video, then please do let me know. I've also just filmed this tutorial. I do apologise about the lighting though, because it's kind of getting really bright, which is making me look really flawless, and then it's getting really dark again, which is really bizarre. But yeah, if you'd like a what I like to wear when I work out, then please let me know down below and I will do that. If you would also like to see this tutorial, this is kind of my naked face slash makeup, no makeup, going to the gym kind of look, then I've already actually filmed it for you. So if you'd like to see that next, then leave a comment down below. And yeah, that's kind of it, I guess. I hope this has been informative. I hope it wasn't too rambling. I hope it was a coherent way of explaining what I tend to do day to day. Also important to know, if you mess up and you've had a bad day, really do forgive yourself, because you know, this is not supposed to be a diet. This is supposed to be a lifestyle. And I think it's really important to be kind to yourself. So, you know, if you've been doing Body Coach, or you've been doing Weight Watchers, or whatever you've been doing, or you've been trying to lose weight, or you've been trying to get fit, or just feel better, then don't be too hard on yourself, because we're all human and we all, you know, life happens basically. You might have a friend's birthday and you just fancy having half a bottle of wine and getting a bit tipsy. It's not an issue, you know. If you want the pizza because everyone else is having Domino's, have a couple of slices and, you know, get back on the next day. It doesn't really matter. But it's also really important to remember, if you've had a bad meal or you did something naughty, don't throw the rest of the day out the window either. Allow yourself something if you really fancy it, but then sort of be good for the rest of the time. And also, something else I forgot to mention, I drink a ton of water. I drink about 2.5 litres a day, especially if it's a yoga day. So yeah, water also, and it will fill you up and stop you kind of like snacking loads in between. So yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want this look, then tell me, because that could be up next, because I've already filmed it for you, just in case. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. If you're new here, please do subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye. We have to stop using this as a mirror because it doesn't work. Ugh. You may have been... Ah. I just battered myself in the nose. Ugh. What? Forgotten to bring my bloody protein shakes in, haven't I? Fuck. Oh. What an idiot.